Yeah, thank you very much, Ms. Brockman, for the kind introduction, and of course, welcome everybody also from my side, from our side, yeah, from Germany, and of course, thanks to the Indo-German Green Hydrogen Task Force, yeah, for organizing yeah this session on decarbonizing shipping in India. So I think yeah, today, of course, we want to take a closer look on transportation, precisely shipping. And I think this is one of the hard to abate sectors where we face big technological challenges in order to achieve climate neutrality. So yeah, if you look at the transportation sector in Europe, the shipping is the second largest emitter of carbon dioxide. So I think that's yeah, a task we have to work on. And I think if you look at shipping itself, it's obvious that it's quite heterogeneous. So we have ships of small size, medium size, and very, very large size. And of course, they also like travel. Some of them travel like large distances. Others are just going back and forth. So I think it's a very yeah, diversified sector. So, and that is also yeah, a great challenge. And but then also, if you look in Europe, for example, in Norway, there's a first hydrogen fueled ferry that is going yeah, that is in yeah, under operation. And I think we also have the Sanne Henriksen from Maersk. I think they also like very recently launched a methanol fueled container ship. So I think there is yeah, first yeah, best practices where we can see that this is feasible, and but we still need to yeah, continue working on it. And yeah, if we're looking at Germany, especially what there is to fund projects, so of course there is yeah, a lot on LNG right now, which is more of a bridging technology on our way to yeah, 100% renewable fuels like green ammonia, methanol. So yeah, this is quite interesting to observe. And for example, the EU just very recently agreed on a path to ramp up the demand and supply of renewable and low carbon maritime fuels. I think that initiative is called Fuel EU Maritime. So this is something yeah, worth watching. And also, this is maybe like not the for sea shipping, but also we see a few yeah, approaches like shore power that is renewably or is sourced by renewable energies, fuel cells for auxiliary devices on ships. So there's quite a few options on yeah, decarbonizing shipping. And yeah, I think yeah, especially you said it already, Ms. Brockman, that there's this growing competition, but there's also growing maritime traffic. So it's quite relevant, and not only for a single country, but for the entire global community. Yeah, to make good efforts and good progress on that topic. And yeah, therefore, I'm very happy that we can use this session to take a closer look on this yeah, very important topic, and that we have participants from India and Germany, maybe also some other parts of the world, and yeah, get to listen to some input from yeah, experts from the shipping industry, and of course learn from each other. So yeah, thank you very much, and I wish us a fruitful exchange, and hand back to Mr. Berndt, I think. So yeah, thank you very much and enjoy.
Take over. That's fine. I'll just take over. So, thank you all for the kind words, the introductions, and really getting us ready for the presentations. And we have really a group of fantastic speakers lined up for the audience. We just have, before we get into the first contributions, I would just like to make sure that we really know whom we're talking to. And so we have two questions for you, the audience, to give us a sense that we know how to formulate our questions and also our approaches. So we have two questions. I'm asking now these will be questions where we have like a tool with multiple choice questions. And I'm asking now Sanjita to flip to the first question. Waiting now. And so these will be multiple choice questions where I have like 30 to 40 seconds to answer. and it's extremely difficult, very easy. So starting now, what part of the chain do you represent? So we're thinking, of course, of shipping. Please provide any answer which applies to you, so we know what's your interest and what could be of really crucial for you. And I don't see any answers. I think until we get at least 50, possibly more. So please go ahead and record your answer. And so the question is, what part of the chain do you represent? Are you a cargo owner or a ship owner? Are you an energy company? Are you a freight forwarder, logistics provider? Are you a public body or a part of a port or other? And so we only had 5 chances, 5 options. So apologies if we couldn't make everything specific, but we tried to cover the value chain and transport of hydrogen and derivatives as far as possible. So what is the answers? And so we now, so for this poll, so we have lots of energy companies, very little people really from the direct transport chain, so little cargo owners, freight forwarders, and public bodies, and a lot of other people interested. Okay, that's clear. Energy and others mainly, and then can we go to the second question? And this will get into the second question. We have to do it, so at least the, I think the pound. So what do you think would be key drivers for decarbonizing the shipping sector in India? Is it breakthroughs in technology? Is it directive policies from government? Is it conducive financing? Is it regulations from the International Marine Organization? Or is it anything else? And so we, the organizing panelists, can't vote. I tried it actually, but it blocks me. So you have, like, again, 30 to 40 seconds to answer. And this is more a sense like, and it's complex. There are many different factors of influencing. We're just trying to get an audience view because we believe that collective intelligence is better than individual. We're trying to see what we can collectively, we have 110 people in the room, what they say. And the answer is mixed, okay? It's mostly policies from government that will be driving decarbonization, then followed by breakthroughs in technology and regulations from the Marine Organization. Financing is limited, others limited. So I'm grateful to see that's really the belief that policies will be influential. And this fits completely actually with the way that we have structured the workshop today, because we have a great number of people that will talk to us exactly about the policies and different levels. Somebody from the International Marine Organization, others. So if Sajita, if you could go back and now to the panel, thank you very much. So let me now us to provide the special address. So we have now a speaker today from the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, which is key and drives India's agenda on hydrogen and decarbonization. We have a Deputy Secretary today, Dr. Prasad Chapakar, who is also greatly helps and supports behind the scenes on the mission hydrogen. So he has, I'm a bit in awe because I once was at the IIT in Madras, but Dr. Chapakar actually has a PhD from the IIT in Mumbai, I believe. So we have an extremely intelligent and remarkable person joining us today. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me here. I'll get straight to the topic. The ministry is in charge of coordination of the National Green Hydrogen Mission. And one of the important parts of the mission is the shipping industry. We have specific provisions in the budget of the mission towards shipping. Now, I would just tell you what's the 2 things which are specifically mentioned in the mission pertaining to shipping. Number 1 is that we have to get 2 ships retrofitted, which can in 4 years' time, which can run on green fuels like green methanol or green ammonia or green hydrogen or any such green fuels. And the oil PSUs, which charter ships to transport oil from various countries to India, they have to charter, I think, 1 ship every year from 2027, and they charter around 40 vessels as of now. So they have to charter, each oil PSU has to charter one vessel per year after 4 years, and that vessel has to run on green fuels, the green ammonia. This is the main mandate provided in the mission. Apart from that, we have budgetary support to specifically encourage any pilot projects in this area of green shipping. The schemes of what we will fund and how much we will fund, they are being worked out as of now, and I think by June you should see some of the schemes and the guidelines out for the funding of shipping in India. So there are two parts of funding. First is to generate green fuels, and the second part is to actually use them in the shipping. So the funding would most likely be about having the technology to run on green fuels, and there is a separate incentive for producing green hydrogen. So that is little bifurcated. We are going to first support the technology in the pilots, which can allow the ship to run on green fuels. I believe that so as of now, it will take some time for ammonia engines to actually start, be more mature. We have to wait for that. As of now, methanol, I believe, is much more mature, and we will initially fund, most likely, ships which are going to be manufactured in India or going to be used in India for our either the coastal transport, short range ships, or for inland water transport. I believe that we don't build currently the huge ships. I believe they're not built in India as of now. So that is not what we're focusing on the first part. Obviously, as time goes by and the demand from the industry, we will be responsive to whatever that wants us to do as the initiative goes on. So that's all from my side. I'll be happy to answer any questions in this regard. Thank you.